All right, so have you ever thought about like what it really takes to reach the top in finance? I mean, starting as just a numbers person and then becoming a total industry leader.
Yeah.
It's a pretty wild journey, right?
No, absolutely.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into the career of David Levinson.
Okay.
You might not recognize his name right off the bat,
Hmm.
but trust me, his influence is everywhere in the financial world.
I see.
So we've been digging into all sorts of research and articles,
Uh,
and
uh,
they all map out how he went from being an actuary
uh,
to becoming a CEO.
mhm.
And get this, he now leads Limera and Loma.
Wow.
These organizations are like the guiding forces for thousands of financial companies all over the world.
That's
I
huge.
mean, seriously,
Yeah.
we're talking over 1,200 companies in 71 countries.
No kidding.
That's a ton of power in the financial world, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, today's deep dive is all about understanding Levinson's impact
Yeah.
on the entire financial services industry and what lessons we can all learn from his career path. Because it's truly fascinating when you look at his career. It's not just a straight climb up,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's more strategic.
Yeah.
He seems to have purposely chosen roles that let him experience different parts of the industry,
Yeah. That makes sense.
like from wealth management to product distribution to even international markets.
He's covered a lot of ground.
He really has, and it's not just about climbing, it's about expanding your knowledge and really making an impact.
Absolutely.
And speaking of impact, he's currently the president and CEO of Limera and Loma.
Right.
And for those of our listeners who are deep in the finance world,
Yeah.
you already know that these organizations are not just some industry meet and greet.
Oh, definitely not.
Their research and advocacy directly shape the regulations and best practices that everyone follows.
Exactly. They have a lot of influence.
Yeah, big time. So think about that shift a few years back towards personalized financial advice.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Well, Limmer and Loma's research on consumer trends was a major driving force behind that change.
Wow. So they were ahead of the curve.
Oh, for sure. They saw the need for the industry to adapt to those changing demographics and what clients really wanted.
That's impressive foresight.
It really is. So,
Mhm.
okay, we see where Levinson is now leading these super influential organizations.
Yes.
But let's rewind a bit. Before Limmer and Loma, he was a principal on the management committee at Edward Jones.
That's right.
And it's key to remember just how massive Edward Jones is.
Yeah, they're huge.
They have thousands of financial advisors all across the country.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them everywhere.
And Levinson was deeply involved in making sure those advisors had the right products,
I see.
especially in fixed income, which has been a really hot area for innovation lately.
For sure. So he was right in the middle of that.
It must have been a crazy logistical challenge,
Yeah, I bet.
like coordinating a giant orchestra of financial advice.
Haha. I like that analogy.
And that experience seems like it was a perfect stepping stone to his next big role at the Hartford.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, this is where we start to see Levinson's global empires taking shape. He started as the president of wealth management at the Hartford, focusing on their U.S. operations.
Okay.
But then he took on the role of president and CEO of Hartford Life in Japan.
Wow, Japan, that's a big jump.
Right, and we're talking about the early 2000s.
Hmm.
So Japan's market must have been so different from the U.S.
Totally. What kind of challenges do you think he faced making that transition?
Oh, I can only imagine.
Hmm.
Japan's financial market is famous for having a ton of regulations.
It is, yeah, and a very unique culture, too.
Exactly. So Levinson had to navigate all of that while running a major insurance operation.
That must have been tough.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I bet it required a delicate balance,
Yeah.
using his financial knowledge, but also being really sensitive to the culture and being adaptable.
Absolutely.
Talk about trial by fire, right?
Right.
But he obviously thrived there because his next move was to Fidelity Investments, which just solidified his international experience even more.
That makes sense. So Fidelity must have recognized how valuable his global perspective was.
Oh, totally. They brought him in as vice president, and he probably played a big part in their international expansion strategy at a time when emerging markets were becoming super important.
So it sounds like every step in his career, even the ones that might have seemed like sideways moves or changes in focus, was actually strategically building the skills and experience
Oh, yeah.
that would eventually make him the perfect fit for Limera and Loma.
Exactly. It all comes together. It's like he was putting together a puzzle.
It really is like a puzzle.
So he was building this global perspective and a deep understanding of different financial sectors.
and honing those leadership skills.
Yeah, in really complex environments.
Right, because when you look at what the financial services industry faces today,
Oh, yeah.
globalization, technological disruption, and always changing consumer
That's
demands,
a lot.
it's clear why Limra and Loma needed someone like Levenson at the helm with his unique background.
Absolutely. Someone who'd seen it all, and let's not forget his education.
Oh, yeah, that's impressive too.
Wharton for his undergrad, Columbia for his MBA.
Okay.
And then he went on to get another master's degree from Hitotsubashi University in Japan.
No, way 3 master's degrees.
That's dedication.
That commitment to learning, even after achieving so much professionally, is pretty remarkable.
Oh, yeah. It shows a real thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, and a willingness to push himself beyond his comfort zone.
And that's a powerful message for all of us, you know?
Absolutely, no matter where we are in our careers.
Exactly. So to wrap this all up,
Yeah.
David Levenson's career is like a masterclass in strategic career planning.
It really is.
He didn't just climb the ladder. He built this incredibly versatile skill set through all these different experiences.
And ultimately positioned himself to be a leader on a global scale.
Exactly. And it's a great reminder that success doesn't always follow a straight line.
Yeah, sometimes those side steps and detours are what really prepare you for the biggest challenges.
And the best opportunities.
So true.
So for our listeners out there, the question is,
What are they doing?
yeah, what are you doing to cultivate your own unique skill set? What experiences are you seeking out to prepare yourself for leadership in a world that's constantly changing?
It's a good question.
Because as David Levenson's journey shows us, the path to the top is rarely a straight line.
Right.
It's a dynamic exploration of possibilities.
I like that.
So get out there and explore.
And see where it takes you.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for this deep dive. It's been really insightful.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me.
Anytime.
See ya.